right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And he's going to go out of bounds on the return. He won't even get this thing back to the 10-yard line. So here comes the Browns offense with a long field ahead. Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft, and that's Baker Mayfield.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken very short, and they're going to have poor starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 10-yard line. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Mayfield to throw it. And his throw is incomplete. Kareem Hunt, his running back, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago. They're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs because he can really impact this offense. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Here's Mayfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. So now the Bengals offense, they'll start with great field position. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. He completes it to Boyd. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Ronald Jones with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken short, and not a very good return at all as he won't even get this back to the 15. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoffs. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there. And anything less than that makes the season a disappointment. So they've got to be primed now for a big finish to their season.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. He'll be back at the 36. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
180. I got one. You go take.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. A look there at the defensive starters for Cincinnati. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to look at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
36.
Now a handoff looking right. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
On 3rd down, Hamilton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morgan. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Ready.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. Gonna give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
60 Pittsburgh.
Off play action. Hamilton. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And this is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Operating from the gun. Hamilton. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Working out of the gun, Mayfield into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT, and they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
What's the run? They're running, man.
Off the play fake. Hamilton looking end zone, but it's incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
What we got?
Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. DJ Chark with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Point after, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here now the offense heading back out there. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They go play action. Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And he's got his man. That's Landry.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. There, they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. They'll run on first down. Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
This defensive unit ranks 3rd in the NFL against the run, and I love what they're doing. Plugging up everything inside, hard to make way, and then they can run to the perimeter and shut you down that way as well.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield throwing the out route incomplete. That's Burke. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Came up about a yard short, but I can't help it, Brandon. I love it when the big guy gets the football and he tries to babble his way forward. There's something about those guys carrying the ball and watching people trying to stop them. That's just great theater.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Shoot!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
To throw on 3rd down, Hamilton. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
54 miles.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hamilton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Off the bootleg. Hamilton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And he's taken down inside the 30. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we get to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
The extra point up and good. And the route is on here in this 1st half. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive and was polished off by the touchdown run from the 16-yard line. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. If 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watch.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Looking to throw on second down. Hamilton. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo! Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Shoot!
From the gun, Hamilton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Hamilton. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Hamilton. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before break. Hamilton, and he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The lake effect snow set to continue for the 2nd half of action as we are back underway.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 52 yards. Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. On the counter, here's Jones. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that 3rd touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On the counter, Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Double dog, that's the way.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Going deep here for Landry. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
General West. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Big trip. Big trip.
Now a handoff here to his running back. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Watch the run.
Throwing on 1st down. Hamilton. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Drew Sample, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll run again with Hunt. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Hunt, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Landry, the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Cut. Get it.
On first down, it's Jones. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
This is Hunt. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Shift.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
This is fielded at the 7. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Five.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. To throw on second down, Hamilton. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up first and goal now.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Looking to throw. Hamilton to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now back out comes the offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Mayfield looks to throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time, but it's going to be second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. Mayfield now, over the middle, complete. It's Burke. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down. Mayfield now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Mayfield with it once more. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. It's a gain of 7, and they'll be faced with a third and inches.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They come up first and 10 at the 16. Now Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. To throw, Mayfield. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal. This is third and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. Throwing, Mayfield. This will be caught at about the 6. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up fourth.
I know that play went for no yardage, all right, but I like the attempt because the fullback position, whether it's a fullback, a tight end, an H-back, whoever you want in that spot, not known as a primary pass catcher. So sometimes the element of surprise works in your favor. But on that play, give credit to the defensive guys.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Dorian O'Daniel, third-round pick in 2018, made the tackle. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Point after try forthcoming. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. and that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Mayfield got his man complete over the middle. It's Burke. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. James has got it, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. That one is caught by Hunt. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cincinnati, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Welcome, everybody. I'm the coach. Up next, another Ultimate Challenge on EA Sports. Taking you the rest of the way, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Brandon.
Okay, Coach, here's the situation for this challenge. We're in the fourth quarter with very little time left in regulation. You're trailing by 1. You've got the ball on your own 40, and it's 4th and long. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. Now a desperation throw, and that's caught inside the 30. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is good. And it'll be a hot time in Ybor tonight. The Bucs have won the football game. And that'll just about do it for us in this one. You've notched another...
Hello, and welcome into this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, the Coach. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thanks, Coach. This challenge begins in the third quarter with 2 minutes left on the clock. You're up by 2 scores. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25, and it's 2nd and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now it's Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First target, first catch, and a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down.
A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. This is Bell. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game. At this stage in the 4th, they needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
They run with Hunt. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
This thrown quickly out to Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 28. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. Now it's Hunt. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try to run with Hunt. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
Running the jet sweep with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Julio Jones. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
New York set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy.
Under pressure, they got him again. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
We've been around this league for a while.
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Darnold now to throw. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Brady going to look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Poole. Nicely done. Another one up, another one down. Keep grinding and keep racking up those wins.